Before this video does start, I do want to apologize on how long it did take to come out. But other than that, sit back, relax, grab your favorite snack, and enjoy. Today is the day where we start building up the M52 TU engine for the BMW that I am turbocharging. Also, before we get started, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you all had a great New Year's. Before we get started though, I gotta take out the crank. I'm gonna do my bearings just cause to refresh them up. They are a little bit worn, having the 170,000 miles on the car. So we're gonna jump into that. But I can't believe this car has been in the making for a year already, which is pretty crazy. But I'd like to say we are almost at the tip of the mountain. And once this engine goes back into the car, we'll be walking down it. So let's get started. For first, I do need to clean off this table because obviously I need more room, and this table is being used for the new parts and my dad's just putting stuff on top of it. And just like that, guys, we are cleaned up. Got everything cleaned up over here, decided to put it all over there. Next, we are going to disassemble more of the engine to get to the bearings, or replace them at least. And while I was looking at it, if y'all want to take a look at this, hold on. That's the best one. That's pretty loose. Good thing we are replacing this whole thing, and I got a new chain. And I got a new sprocket for this. I got a whole sprocket set, so it's replacing that sprocket and then these two up here. So that's good to go. But that is it's pretty loose. I don't know if it's supposed to be that loose, but let's get to it. Now I know this isn't the most exciting part, but we will be rebuilding this later in the video. Alright guys, I finally did it. So if you're doing this, watching for educational or whatever, when you put this on here, and get it to like where it's like not moving anymore or going down, as y'all saw, it was kind of like cranking the engine. Well now, what you do is you just hit it. Like that's literally all I did was like snug it and then tap it, and then it just loosened up. Just like this. And I'm sorry for not recording that part because I was trying to figure out how to take it off. But now it is off, so this should come off. I'm gonna wait on that. This should pull out. Make sure the key's lining up. It should line up. If not, you might have a problem. Just like that. There's your sprocket and the oil pump and the sprocket for the oil pump itself. And then let me get this off now. Oh gosh, there we go. Okay, there's your oil pump. It's leaking oil everywhere still. Yeah, so there's that. Sorry that took a minute to do. Probably not for y'all, but for me it did. But I'm gonna set this aside now. Well guys, I need to get a new camera because my phone keeps on with storage and stuff. It's stupid, it gets me mad. But I done got off piston 1. This stuff here, I don't know, it makes me nervous. That's why I haven't done it yet. I've been trying to wait for my dad, but I am deciding not to, so. Well guys, just like I was saying, my phone keeps on doing stupid storage stuff. And y'all didn't witness me pull out my very first piston, which is very sad. Yeah, it's kind of sad. But it's out, so, and hopefully my phone stops acting up and you can see the rest of it. So let's do that. Well, now my stabilizer's dead, so I'm gonna keep on going for y'all though. So I'm gonna set up the phone as best as I can. Boom, I got y'all. So now we're back. So let's get started once again to the front, to the back, okay? All right, hopefully you can see me, but I did just get all the piston rods caps off, take the rear main seal off, and then unbolt these, and it should come out. Now that carbon buildup did not make it easy for them to come out, but with a little elbow grease, they look amazing again. Now it's time to get the crankshaft out. Well, it cleaned up better than I thought. Hopefully y'all noticed the big difference. Cleaned up this front half. It came off really easy. Just had to do some elbow grease on each and every one of these. I guess you would say these are the walls. Not sure what happened here. Hopefully that's normal. It looks normal to me, hopefully. But yeah, it looks cleaned up. So I think I am going to do a little bit more cleaning. Try to get all this off before we put the oil pan on. I know that's not too soon yet, but next we're gonna put these bearings in, get these old ones out of this engine, and start from there. Pistons are back in with the rings. So is the crankshaft with the bearings and the rod bearings, and onto the oil pump. Now we got that Chili's Motorsport shaft in. Now let's get that old pan wind tray on. And just like that, guys, I would like to say the bottom end is finished. Obviously off camera, we did do piston rings, we did the rod bearings, crankshaft bearings, and then I went ahead and purchased new bolts for both caps. And then we got the oil pump on with the new oil pump shaft and the bolt over here sitting. Next thing I got to do is torque these to spec. But other than that, the whole bottom end is done. And I apologize if this video feels like it's jumping everywhere. It's because I have work, my dad has work, and he runs a business out of this shop. So we have to find the time to do this. But other than that, it being finished, the bottom end, we do have the head next. So that should be going on with the gaskets and stuff. Let me show you what we've done to it already though. So what we have done is that we ported the intake side for the new manifold I have ready over there. Credit to my dad doing this. I don't know what I would do without him. It looks amazing. But I'm excited to see this back onto this block. So I don't know if I should put this in the beginning of the video or leave it at where it's at now. But as y'all saw, I got the head on the block and got it torqued down the spec and everything. But last night, as you can see, I got the exhaust camshaft in, which the ledge looks good, the camshaft look good, everything's in, you know, went smoothly. And then I come over to the intake side, and as you can see, all the hydraulic lifters go in except the last one up front. And if I take it off, I hope y'all can see that the bore's messed up. And it's not like I bought it off eBay, got some aftermarket ledge. This is straight from BMW, which is very surprising. I contacted FCP Euro like, 10 minutes ago, and they're sending out the new one. I sent them the video, and they were really surprised. They said it was strange that it could go through all those inspections from BMW and it pass, which I'm surprised too. I was very upset last night, so I didn't record anything. But, yeah, I can't believe that happened. But they should be shipping out a new one today, which it is Monday, so I should get it this week, hopefully. But, it's just crazy. I gotta show you. I don't know if you can really tell without explaining. But, right here is probably where it starts. And then about here is where it's the flattest. And then about up here is where it stops. Which is, I don't know, it's crazy to think about. And once that's arrived, I will get back to it, install the hydraulic lifters, record that, installing it and everything. And the next should be the Vanos unit. And it should be a walk in the park there, hopefully. But yeah, catch y'all when it's here. And just like that, it has arrived. Let's lube it up and put it in the engine. And let's do the same to that camshaft. Then, of course, let's torque them all down to spec. And just like that, the camshafts are back where they belong, all torqued down, and I will say looking beautiful in this engine. As you can see, we did do the oil pump chain. We did have to take the sprocket off because, as you can see, the chain is pretty solid now. So that's all good to go. Now, next is the rest of the chains. As you can tell by my voice, I did catch a little sickness. So that kind of delayed a little bit of the engine process, but we're not too far off. I did work, or me and my dad did work on it a little bit last night. We got the guides on here, got the main timing chain on here with the sprocket. Right now we're just trying to line up that arrow right there as close as we can with the head. So we got that going. And then from over at Rev Shift, I ordered some engine mounts and transmission mounts. So I'm excited to get those on there. I am trying to get my hands on a sandblaster cabinet to clean up the engine mounts and maybe the little pieces like the covers and stuff before we drop it into the car so it looks all clean and nice. But first, let's finish up the timing, get the Vanos chain on, the sprockets, and the Vanos itself. So let's get that done. Well, just like that, we got the sandblaster cabinet. I picked it up this morning, used it a tiny bit just to see what it was like. And it is amazing looking. Just got home from work. Let's get some time-lapse footage and clean up some parts. Just finished up this engine mount, and wow, this sandblasting cabinet is worth it. Now this one can be cleaned up a little bit more, but they look amazing and brand new because they all know what they looked like before. Next, I'm gonna do the timing cover. I'm having way too much fun with this thing, but it's just gonna be that much better looking in the engine bay. So let's get to it. Wow, I cannot believe how well these parts have cleaned up. I mean, y'all just remember how dirty and grimy this Vanos unit was, and got clean old cylinder now all rusty. And then the transmission mounts, this thing was caked up with whatever you want to call that stuff. So I cleaned that off before putting it in there and got the rev shift mounts on there, and it is looking very proper. I'm very, very happy on how this came out. Now it's time to put together the Vanos unit.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
That is probably the dumbest edit I've ever done, but that was playing through my head when I was putting the valve cover on, so I had to put it in the video. But I got it all together, mocked up, and this thing looks crazy. The moment y'all have been waiting for. This thing looks insane. Throughout this video, we rebuilt it, basically refreshing the whole engine, except some stuff y'all know. Got the PPF intake manifold on, which is gorgeous, by the way, all the way from Sweden. And then we got the nice Turbocharged, which is looking huge on this engine, by the way. The RSI exhaust manifold, which is beautiful. There's the wastegate I gotta get. I just installed the thermostat and then the high flow water pump from Stewart Components. So that's where I got that from. And then of course the aluminum valve cover just finishes the look. This thing is insane. Now it's not all cleaned up, as y'all can see. Don't nitpick or anything. I'm not too worried about it. It looks awesome, I'm gonna be honest. And this is gonna be too much to look at, so people shouldn't be worried about that. But you know, there's always those people though. But this looks insane. Well guys, I'm gonna end the video there. Hope y'all did enjoy. In the next video, the engine will be in the car. We'll mock up all the piping, mock up the intercooler, all that sorts of fun stuff, and maybe even do the MS43 swap in that video. I'm not totally sure how that's gonna go, how it's gonna flow and everything. But I hope y'all did enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe, and thank you for all the support. Peace.